Hello, morning guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. If you like this, this is psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, and obstacles in our lives, as well as a brief summary. You know what? It doesn't fucking matter. Okay, if you like an introduction, an abridged, shortened introduction, you can just check out the previous live stream for the past 3.5 years, straight to January 2021, including the copyright-free music, the live stream schedule, how we divvy the stream into segments, domains of life, so on and so forth, including phases and the 50-minute live streams. That won't take too much of your time. Not gonna run through it all, especially since I kind of fucked it at the beginning. So honestly, you can just check yesterday's live stream. This is just a continuation of that. We have a lot of stuff to get through. So we're diving into segment 2 right off the bat, I guess, right now. Segment 2, first thing, of course, Solve 7.5 override. System override version 7.5, standing for a rule that breaks all other rules, a system principle that frees myself from the system so that I can be practical and just we can work through things one by one as fast as we possibly can, so that we can get through all the urgent tasks and actions for the day, on stream and off stream on the Ahn Rho Project. So second thing, of course, I already mentioned that you can skip this ahead if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. The introduction is just a little bit, like a minute and a half. Let's cover into content. Let's dive into phase 2 as usual. Phase 2 is divided into section 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roughly 8 to 5 different segments. And we have a lot of digital stuff to get through. So let's see which one here is the highest one. So the bottom right. Let's start there. This is a continuation off of yesterday's live stream. Like I said, I should have covered this yesterday. We have a lot of gift items, photography, storytelling, commentary, food, nutrition, materials, equipment, all that jazz. So this stuff is from yesterday. Previous day, gifts I received from my business partner as well as my maternal grandmother. So class 4 items. We'll kind of cover all of this stuff: gifts, food, Chinese dim sum, all that kind of stuff like that. And then we have on the top right, okay, again, this one has to do with philosophy, money, education, a lot of gifts I'm preparing to give my colleagues. That's what you see at the bottom: equipment as well as money and its letters. Very top in the middle you see having to do with education, academia, my alma mater, University of Waterloo, as well as some stoicism. And then the collage is up there up top. You also see a little bit of on the right hand corner, a little bit of a recording recording app. I'm finding the words here on the laptop, so that's what that was. And that kind of bleeds into this one right here, which covers digital stuff. So we have the collage at the bottom, but then in the middle you see a lot of stuff having to do with emails, lots of emails and administrative stuff on Excel. So employment, having to do with business, employment, and finance. At the very top we have some stuff I had to purchase on a monthly basis, having to do with health, the research business I'm in, as well as in the middle, employment stuff that I received from emails, and I'm going to be resigning soon, so it's relevant. And then finance, as well as I had to do a bank check. So there's some stuff like that. And then finally, the top left hand corner. So we're going to dive into these things one by one, of course. What you see is what you get. And then we have news here in this panel. A lot of news, some comments, politics. Top left, having to do with, once again, the card updates, having to do with credit card. Bottom, we have again having to do with the system and media assets, how I'm recording the live stream and reflecting on everything. So emails, lots of stuff to get through, and let's cover everything one by one now. Okay, so let's get rid of this kind of stuff. Starting off with segment 4 and 5 as usual. We also have this voice recording as usual. So this is from yesterday. I want to mention briefly that yesterday I didn't get very much at the workplace in terms of interactions with my colleagues, things, and there wasn't much of it was kind of like a dry spell. Needless to say, one conversation that was noteworthy was between me and my me and my partner, I guess you could say, at the workplace. He and I really get along. I have been trying to manage the entire floor, and I had to shed light as to why he found out I was resigning. And I had to give him a bigger story, but it was more than I would have liked, and I would like, you know what? whatever, it is what it is. And that's I told him why I'm resigning, and shed light into how the situation was at the workplace as well as at res between me and my guardians and how everything had played out. And then on this panel here, we also have one of the recordings that's actually between me and my maternal guardian, so my biological mother, speaking about chia seeds. She's diabetic now, so chia seeds. She asked me about that. I already make chia seeds with oatmeal, so she wanted to get in on that. And I said, okay, so we can purchase from Walmart and so on and so forth, as well as some bread that she tried from mine. Again, she's looking for multigrain bread, which usually she doesn't eat, but now that she's diabetic, she kind of takes a look at the stuff that I'm eating and notices that I'm eating all this healthy stuff that, you know, that she's starting to get into now. So prebiotic bread, multigrain bread, as well as chia seeds. And on top of that, some Rumble Shake, a Dragon's Den product. But I've been taking things like Lucerna from Abbott Laboratories, and so I kind of shared with her what she can do with that. So there's a bit of stuff like that, and I intend on over the weekend purchasing that. So that's what's in conversations on the left-hand panel. Obviously, the live stream also, not just the voice recordings that are part of the Ahn Rho Project media assets, so relationships, stuff like that, it's all covered here. I believe this one is, like I said, the title is just like loaded with activities and people once again, so it's just continuation of previous live stream, lots of stuff to get through. All right, now we can finally get over to yesterday's photography, which is driving me crazy. We left off yesterday with trying to cover all this dim sum here, so in Cantonese, dim sum, so it's like a oil stick direct translation, but really just like deep fried bread in other words, and congee, so okay, that's it's kind of stuffy. We have some fish with congee and deep fried bread that you dip inside this kind of congee fish. Again, these are class 4 items received from my domestic guardians. I mean, my maternal guardian. I mean, my grandmother. Okay, my grandmother. We have some. I still have difficulty trying to talk about stuff like that. Like it's not. We didn't get along for 3 decades, and now I'm still recovering. We have this kind of stuff here. It's like a deep fried fish. Again, really good stuff. And I said I had to eat this because, at first I said no, but then I realized that, this is my grandmother. I haven't seen her in about like 2 years since the pandemic, and I figured I might as well tell my maternal guardian or my biological mother, give my regards to my gran. So I ate some, let her know that I ate it, that I enjoyed the meal, tell her I said hi, and that I appreciate the meal. Yeah, and that's that. And here's when it's all packaged up. Left-hand corner, you also see the food that my guardians made cooked. So it's like some cauliflower type shit with some beef slices and carrots. That's just traditional kind of Chinese cooking, and I ate a few of that. So now moving to class 4 items here, I want to mention very briefly though, when it comes to the cooking here, I also ate some bitter melon scrambled eggs yesterday. So there was like 2 portions of that, and that's actually covered on this laptop. So when we get to segment 8, hopefully we'll cover that as well. But back to segment 4 here, you see these tomatoes here, and like I said, corn on the cob, corn, blueberries in this package. What you'll see shortly as I come closer. Tomatoes, corn. This is all from class 4 items from my business partner KW and her husband. So they went farm picking out on the east side of our city. Yeah. So that's that. So like I said on the laptop, I had to document the fact that I had some bitter melon and scrambled eggs. So finances is done. Talk about equipment now. So these 2 headlamps as well as the batteries, I want to say that I moved this over to my workplace yesterday morning, and so it's in my workplace now. And in case I get called up for shipping, I will be able to say, and we're clean the containers. It's not gonna happen, but if it does, I'll kind of share this gift when we're halfway through the container, and say like, that's my parting gift to them, some equipment to make their jobs easier. It's a very small gesture, but it's a little bit symbolic of a relationship, almost like brothers initially, and now things have fallen off, unfortunately. So that's why I don't think it's gonna happen. Needless to say, we have more gifts for my colleagues here. This is actually $50, like three $50 bills, $100 bills. Roughly in total $300, 200 for my colleagues in my department, 100 for my management, and this is to say that this is the money actually that you gave me for Christmas, and I really felt like the most important thing to me back then and still now are all of you. So you're like family to me, and I want you to spend this money on each other. The people within the department on the management on the department, just because there's this tradition where they always eat in the lunchroom and like, celebrate everything together. I want them to be able to enjoy their company and appreciate that. Here now we're moving away from photography, I guess. Lots of media assets now. So we'll start here. This one is we probably won't be able to cover everything, but on the laptop here, uh, you know what? Fuck it all. We can't cover everything, right? Let's move into phase 3, and then we'll jump back to phase 2 if we have time. Basically, like I said, phase 2, segment 8, finances, everything here. I have to prepare the fact that I did eat all that food from my domestic arts as my grand, as well as gifts I received from my business partner catered. But then also yesterday I ate the bitter melon and scrambled eggs, so it's in here somewhere. Finances and inventory. Fitness wise, today's a lot better. I'm actually doing laundry. I woke up on time better. I'm drinking more water. I still ate too late yesterday, so that's not too well. Overall, not too great, but getting better. And I'm still trying to get to work on time. Yesterday was late. Past 4 days, still late. So let's get up off of fitness, off of that. Let's stand up. Phase 3, we have about 4 minutes. I want to cover as much of this as I can so that we can dive into phase 2 again before the stream ends. So this segment, this region, A8A9, region B1, and D1 and D4, as well as over here region E. Region E, let's start off here. Just mentioned that the laundry basket is downstairs because I washed all the laundry. It's in the dryer right now. Right hand side, I want to cover that this is a shirt that I'm probably going to wear to the workplace today. It's just Adidas, but the point is I'm not wearing that work uniform anymore. I've resigned, right? I scanned all the documents here in parts of the business products. These are things I purchased, class 1 items from my business products. So I'm going to take these invoices and file away over there in region A7, I believe, in the backdrop. So let's move it over here. You can see all the kind of stacked up. It's not organized or anything like that. What the fuck? That's not how it's supposed to go down. And then while we're in region A7, A8, A9, you see all this trash here. So all this stuff that I ate from like groceries, I kind of binge ate yesterday, pigged out as I was a bit stressed and everything, but there's no excuse for that. So just shove it all in there. More stuff here like chocolate and spoons, like just toss it all in there. Probably crumbs all over the place now, but whatever. Some trash like Kleenexes and stuff like that, and some broken pins here. Like this one's really broken up, so I'll stick it in here. It's all garbage, so I'm gonna lift it up and take it over here, put it next to the recyclables that I'm gonna take out today to the workplace. So you see this Glycerin bottle as well as this washing detergent. So all this is recyclables, that's trash, and most likely gonna take this bun here for work if I don't have enough time to get like Tim Hortons or like some sort of cafe thing since it's Friday. To the backdrop here again, of course, I'm gonna take one of these supplements. Should probably move it over there. That's gonna go for work as well. And then same thing here too. Like these cookies here. So in B2, these cookies I should be moving over there to D4. Like I said, I kind of pigged out, and this box of like stuff here over here for recycle as well. So lots of trash. Back to here, I want to mention briefly before we dive into phase 2 once again in the last minute. 1, 2, 3, 4 are these health pack supplements from region C1, C2, as well as this HEPA Plus coming from region D4, the new products I purchased. We can't cover that today, probably tomorrow. So I'll leave this over here, move it to region A5. Once again, the supplements, my business products really in research and development. Okay, so back to phase 2 of the live stream. We have only about 50 seconds left, so I can't cover too much, but I've been using the laptop. I had this idea of using the laptop to record my thoughts as I'm record practicing to speak normally by default, speak like a normal human being properly by default. And if that's the case, I might as well have this voice recording running in a backdrop to capture everything as I'm kind of working away. Here is some stroke reflections comments, so I just want to cover. If all is for, you know what? I can't cover it all. Let's start off here. Okay, University of Water Engineering. Yeah, I don't have enough time. That's it's too bad. We'll cover this tomorrow morning, guys. We have to start again tomorrow. So see you then. This is Take a Message. Take care of yourself, your health, and become a strong, disciplined, responsible individual, and blah blah.